Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer Perry. I am with Close to My Heart and I run the blog myscraproom.net. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you today. Today we are going to work with the very last card kit in the Seasonal Expressions catalog. It's the Seasonal Expressions 2 catalog. This catalog is only live until the end of this month. So if you like the paper pack, I would go ahead and order it fairly quickly, because once it is the end of May, it's going to, the end of April, it's going to be gone, and the new catalog will start May 1st. The card kit that we're working on today is the Here For You card kit, and in this kit you will receive the exclusive workshop stamp set, which I've already got some of the stamps pulled off and on blocks already, but this is the stamp set. You'll receive 2 of the B&T sheets of paper, so on one side it's green and on one side it's gray. You will receive 2 sheets of cardstock. You will receive 1 bloom sheet of cardstock and 1 white daisy sheet of cardstock. You will receive a roll of shimmer trim. Look how pretty this is. Can you see it? And you will receive an entire package of black and white dots. I've got the white already pulled out because that's what we're using today. So I'll get those up out of my way. And then you'll receive 12 card bases and envelopes. So there's all your supplies that you'll need that come with the kit for $24.95. The only other items that you need are Smoothie ink, Willow ink, Blossom ink, and a roll of the foam tape. So if you have these on hand, then you are good to go. If you do not, go ahead and place the order for these, or you can alternate the colors and use coordinating colors that's in your stash that you think looks good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Lose my book so I don't damage it. I bind all my catalogs together for the year. That way I have everything in one spot and I don't lose my catalogs. So the first thing that we're going to do, let me show you the papers that you'll receive. There's Blossom, White Daisy, which I've got 2 sheets because I need a spare sheet. I'll show you why. And then here's your 2 sheets of B&T. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is cut off these zip strips. And I'm going to turn my card bases sideways because they're kind of getting in my way. If these fall behind there, I'm going to have to move the refrigerator to get them back out. So I'm just trimming off the zip strips. Save these because it's kind of like using little pieces of washi, but it's a piece of paper. So they're fantastic for different card layouts and scrapbook layouts. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, no, I do not need my arm, so this is good. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see my cuts. Not that far. There we go. I have a brand new camera. I'll have to tell you the saga while we're cutting. Oh my goodness, it was such a saga. Okay, so this is the first sheet. I don't know if you can see, but it is gray and it has a little bit of a design on it. It looks like U's or N's, depending on which way you've got your paper going. So our first cut is going to be 5.5. And I need 1 cut at 5.5. And then I need 1, 2, 3, I need 6 cuts at 2 inches. Five and 6. And these are labeled as 2A, which mean card 2. We don't have more than 2 cards today, so I'm just going to make a little stack. So my first stack is going to be right here for card 2, and my other stack is going to be over there. Now we need 2 cuts at 2 1/4. So 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. And this little sheet's going to be extra, so we'll pop it over in our little bucket. Our next cut is going to be 3 1/4. I need 3 on each sheet. Oops, sorry, that didn't sound right. 3 on each sheet. 1, 2, 3. This is scraps. I'm still cutting 3 1/4. 1, 2, 3. This one is scraps. I'm going to stick it over my bucket. I have a 12 by 12 drawer that I keep all my kits in. 1 drawer per kit. This is labeled as 1C, so I'm going to put it over in the 1 pile. Now for the second sheet of B&T, they said the green is the front side, so we're going to be working off of it. The first cut is 1 1/4, and we need 3 cuts. One, 2, and 3. We're going to turn these around sideways, and we need 2 cuts at 5 1/2. 1, 2. This is scrap. 1, 2, 1 more. 1 and 2. This is labeled as 1A, so we're going to put it over in the 1 pile. So basically it's card 1 and card 2. Our next cut's going to be 1 inches. We need 3 cuts at 1 inches. I read that cut backwards. I'll show you why in just a moment. I'm doing something novel today. I actually went and got my glasses out of the car so I can see my notes. I normally am putting little readers on every time I try to do these. Today I decided to actually go get my glasses and see if that works any better. We need 2 cuts at 4 3/4. So 4 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. Now, if you can do this cut freehand, by all means, please do this cut freehand. I cannot. This is my trusty little punch. This trusty little punch keeps me from cutting out the paper. And it's not the paper's fault that I can't make this cut. It's my fault. But the paper bears the brunt of my frustration sometimes. These are 2B, by the way. Our next cut, let's set these here, is going to be with the Blossom paper. Bring this back in so you can see a little better. Okay, and then the next cut is going to be a 4th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's what I did last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 5.5. Get off of there. As I said, this is the second time I've done this kit. Mike and I had decided to upgrade the camera to give you the best viewing experience that we could possibly give you within a budget, because there are some freakishly expensive cameras out there. But I thought, yeah, let's upgrade our camera. So I bought a video camera, not a hugely expensive one, but I thought, okay, it's got a little viewfinder, so I can finally see what, see what you're seeing, because my head ends up in shots. This is 1B, so we're gonna put this in the 1 pile. The second cut is going to be 2 1/4, and we need 2 of these. When I was using just my little Canon vlogging camera, my head would end up in the shot, or I was out of frame and you couldn't tell. Just generally wasn't happy with the quality of the videos. This is going to be scrap. So I wanted to upgrade. So we bought this little video camera. Not horribly expensive, but thought, okay, we'll try it. Had a viewfinder, had a remote control, and 3 1/4 is the next cut. Thought, let me try it. So Monday, I spent from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 o'clock in the evening, 3 1/4, videotaping. And yes, it does take that long to do this sometimes, because I end up forgetting something and I have to stop, or I'm prepping something, or sometimes it just takes that long to record a video. And we went back to edit it that night after dinner, and I noticed in the viewfinder that it was blurry. This goes under 2C, so we're going to put it in the 2 pile. But I thought, okay, maybe it's blurry just through the viewfinder. Maybe that's just something. The next sheet's going to be White Daisy, and we're going to cut 3 at 2 inches. So I thought, okay, so I kept recording, thinking, okay, maybe it's just the viewfinder, maybe it's just not a good quality viewfinder. I went to edit that night after dinner. All of my footage was out of focus. Every single piece of footage was out of focus. Now the rest of, we're going to turn it sideways, and all the cuts are going to be at 3 inches. I could not salvage any of that tape. So we shipped that video recorder back where it came from. And yesterday I went out and purchased a Sony Handycam. And while it does not have a remote control, which is why I'm fumbling around above my head, it does have the viewfinder that I want. It does have zoom. It does have autofocus, which evidently you have to pay extra for. So we'll see how this goes. If this doesn't work, I'm going back to my vlogging camera. But if it does work, then hopefully you guys get some pretty good little videos. Okay, so this is all of our cuts. 6 of these. We're going to split this in half, and 6 go to each card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Use the Smoothie ink, and I believe it's Smoothie. Yes, it is. It's Smoothie for both of them. So we're going to stamp the sentiments really quickly. And this is where having a grid mat The first one's going to be You're Not Alone. This is where having a grid mat comes in handy, because you can line up the words on the grid mat. Maybe if you can get them to quit sticking to your finger. Get everything straight. Then you just take your block and smush it. Okay, so let me zoom in so you guys can see, and I just hit the camera. I am so sorry. This camera stands in a spot that I'm not used to. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Okay, so I need to have it right about, can I get closer? I can. Oh, yay. Okay, so I'm going to turn it sideways so I can stamp sideways. Oh, I like that. Now, as you can tell, the stamps are completely clear, so you can see exactly where you're stamping. You get a really nice image. Can you tell I can't find where my camera is? The other thing with the grid mat is you can line up your paper with the grid. And you know your paper's straight, you know your stamp is straight, and your stamping is straight. These are going to go with card 1. And this is why I didn't think this whole stacking thing. There we go. My scrubber was underneath the stamps. This is our stamp cleaner. I just put it into a pink bottle from Target so that when it's on my desk I can find it. Or if we are in a crop situation or a group situation, I can find my supplies. So the next one we're going to get is the I'm Here For You. Line it up. Smush my block. This is number 5. Just realized I got really quiet there for a second. And number 6. So we're going to close you up, put you with your cards that you go with, clean you up. This is my trusty double scrubber. I've been a consultant for 11 years. This is the double scrubber that came in my kit. I love it. I will always love it. I will use it until it falls apart. It's cut into a couple of times too. Put those back on. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to take this stamp right here, and I've already put it on a block, and we're going to do what's called second generation stamping. So I have, remember I told you I needed the second sheet of paper? I have a full sheet here, and then this is that scrap of cardstock. You can use cardstock or you can use regular copy paper as your scrap. But since I might be able to salvage some flowers from the first generation to make second generation, I'm going to stamp on this cardstock. Probably trim them all out and save them. So I'm going to be using the Smoothie ink first. And we're going to be doing what's called second generation stamping. So we're going to stamp on the scrap sheet first, and then immediately stamp on the second sheet. We need 12 of these. So 2. I'm going to move Blossom because I'm going to, there we go. And it doesn't matter if you've got little splotches. I'll show you what we're doing. We're going to be taking a second stamp and stamping over the stamped second generation. And it's going to look like a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to cut all these out. And probably what I will do is I'll cut one out so you can see it. Oops. Forgot the second generation that time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And this is the last one. And then 12. Okay, so we're going to close this up. I'm going to get my scrubber. It's already has plenty of cleaner on it, so I don't need to put more cleaner on it. I'm going to put you back on the pad, and I'm using for this one, I'm using a, I think, 2x2 block. Yeah, I think this is 2x2. So then the next one that we're going to grab is this stamp. Just looks like a bunch of squiggly lines. So I want the orientation to be that way. And then I'm going to get Blossom ink, and we're going to do first generation Blossom ink on all these. It's almost a tone on tone. The Blossom is, let me see if I can get closer. I'm almost scared to touch the camera. There we go. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, just focused. The Blossom ink is a hair darker than the Smoothie. So it gives a very nice visual effect. And see, that's why I wasn't concerned with any splotchiness, because I knew it was going to look like that. So I'm going to clean this one off. Come back out for a bit. Nope, out. Out is the other way. And then we're going to do the same thing. Oh no, we're not, because that's going to be on the yay, okay. So I need you and I need you. So I have one more little 1 by 1. And I'm going to use you because, and what I've done is I have all my blocks all set up for what I need next, because you're going to be stamping on the cards. Keep you together. Actually, what I could do, no, I better not. Yeah, better not, better. Okay, so let's cut one of these out. Let me show you how to get it cut out. Let's not waste a bunch of paper. Let's do it this way. Ta-da! This is just going to make it easier for me to cut them out. When I did this before, my other taping, I thought I had a punch that would save me some time, but I did not. So, let me zoom in. Here we go. So I'm going to have to just be careful that you can see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just very carefully just trim it out. It does not have to be perfect. But what you want to do is you want to move the paper as much as possible and not the scissor when you're trying to do the circle part. And there you go. Oops, you can't even see that. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to zoom out. Actually, I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to get the rest of these trimmed. And then I will be right back with you. Okay, so I have all the flowers trimmed out. And all I've done is just add some 3D tape to the back. I'll just get them in a little bowl so they don't fly everywhere. And then I have, on the zip strips, I'm going to take a little bit of time. I have 6 zip strips. I need a Coke. I need a soda pop. Okay, on the shimmer trim, I did 6 strips at 5.5. Set those aside, and then I did 6 strips at 4 1/4. And the ones that are at 4 1/4, we are going to dovetail. And it's the same way I did with the paper. They're not dovetailed in the instructions, they're kind of diagonal cut. But I like the way the dovetail looks, so I am dovetailing mine. And this will be the last time I need my punch. Okay. That makes fast work. So they all look like this. They're all a little dovetailed. So the first thing I'm going to do is work on this set of cards, which is these ones. Okay. Nope, not these. Yeah, these ones. So I've got those dovetailed. These are straight. Okay. The other thing that I did really fast while I was off camera is I took 6 of the card bases, turned them horizontal, and I just made myself a little mark at 2 inches from the bottom. And that'll show me where to stamp because it's going to be peeking over the edge of something. So I just made myself a little note. And we're going to need all this stuff, but we're not going to need it quite yet because we need to stamp. So let me move this back out of my way. And we are going to need the smoothie, the blossom, and the willow. So the first thing, oh, there it is. Let's move all these out of the way so I can line up my stamp pads. Smoothie, blossom, yep. And then I need I'm going to just take this little piece. And this is just a random scrap piece that we can do some second generation. Can you see the edge? Okay, there we go. The first thing we're going to do is, where's my squiggly? There's my squiggly. Oh, I need my big squiggly. So much for being prepared. Okay, so I need my big squiggly. I need the blossom. I'm going to put it right there. Then I need my little flower, or not flower, my leaf. And then for this one, it's going to be second generation, so I'm going to do smoothie first. And then blossom. And then a leaf. And we're going to do 1 and then 2. So you end up with second generation stamping. Okay. I'm going to move you off to the side. And we're going to keep going. So big squiggly. And then leaf. And then leaf, leaf. Nope. This one. Smoothie. Second generation. Blossom first generation. And then leaf, leaf. And right now it looks very random. You're like, that doesn't look right. It looks very, very random. Hang in there with me. It'll get okay. Oopsie. Yeah. If it wasn't a lighter ink, I wouldn't have done that, but it was a lighter ink. So I was still okay. And then where's my leaf? There it is. So I've just got my little random, well, it's not random, it's 2 inches up. It's just kind of showing me where to start my stamping. And the one thing I like about doing card sets is once you get your rhythm, it is very easy to just knock them right out. And just do all the stamping at one time and do all the assembly at one time. It's just, I sit here and if I did not have you with me, I would have a book going. I would have maybe the window open. And just sit here and enjoy the afternoon. Okay, last one. I know it looks really random, but you will understand in a momento. It's funny because when I did this set the first time, I completely forgot this little stamp, the little part that makes it look like a flower. And I was stamping to my heart's content, and I cut them all out. And I am literally putting the card together and went, are you kidding me? I did that on every single card. The fly, and it looked rather dorky, but what are you gonna do? I'm going to close these up because I have a talent of putting my hand in it. So I'm going to just close them up and set them aside for a second. So we need flags. Okay, first things first. This is my score tape. Oh, I need 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is score tape. I find it on Amazon. When I'm making my cards, you may use Tombow, by all means. You may use Tombow. But I find it on Amazon, and it is made for when you're making gift boxes out of cardstock to hold the gift box together. So I figure if it can hold a gift box together, it can hold a greeting card together. And I really want it to hold the greeting card together, because if I mail it and my recipient opens the card and it falls apart out of the envelope, that's not so fun. Just put those over to the back side. Do the same thing on the back. And I'm just very quickly putting adhesive down, and it makes the job a lot faster during the assembly. Ordinarily I would do it off camera, and then I thought, no, there's some things that you do not need to be doing off camera. And this is one of them. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the score tape. Okay, there so I can see it. We're just going to mat this and keep going for all 6. And again, this is where my grid mat comes in handy, because I can make sure everything is straight. Because once you put this adhesive down, it does not come back up. If you've made a mistake, you might as well just do this little piece all over again. Which I did have to do last time. I put something on the wrong card, and I just had to throw the whole card away. But, sorry, I've got the allergies going on today. This adhesive is so good that to me it's worth it. So I'm going to just go through real fast and put adhesive on these strips, and then we can do the assembly and you'll see how fast it comes together. So I'll just put the adhesive on real fast on all my pieces. And I just thought of something while I was doing this, which happens a lot. I could have taken, and I didn't do it, I could have taken some Whisper ink and edged the outside of this white. So it would have been pink, gray, white, pink. That would have been pretty. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is adhere this to the bottom. So just butt up the corner. And see how it's just peeking? And you're like, but the leaves, the leaves. I know. Calm down. I got you covered. It'll be okay. Now these here, this is where having a little bit of a fingernail comes in handy. Once you get your fingernail under the adhesive, there's a little clear strip that comes right off the back. And look how gorgeous that looks. And then we're going to take this one. Make sure everything is straight. A little bit. There we go. And this is where all that cutting we did earlier is going to come in handy. Because there you go. So I'm going to keep assembling for just a moment. And we'll have story time while we assemble. So, as you know, this is the second time I have filmed this particular kit. I'm going to apologize at the short amount of time that you have to order the paper, because you really only have about, well, by the time hopefully I can get it edited tonight, you only have about a week and a half to order this kit. And after the end of April, it will be no longer available. It will be retired. The entire Seasonal Expressions 2 catalog will be retired. The annual Inspirations catalog, the big one, is current until I think July. But the little bitty seasonal catalogs, they expire. So if this is a paper pack or a card kit, I'm sorry, I'm used to saying paper pack because I'm used to making cards out of paper packs. If this is a kit that you adore, I would kind of get on the ball and get it ordered. The videos will always be up. You can always reference back the videos. So if you're watching this and you're falling in love and you would like to order the paper, you may go to myscraproom.net. Sorry, myscraproom.net. Go to the shopping tab, and then you go under monthly, I think it's monthly kits. And it is the Here For You card kit. And it comes with everything but the ink pads. So if you don't have the ink pads, you'll need to purchase them, or maybe modify the colors to fit what you have. But these are cute little cards to send to. I plan on sending them to my daughter. She is a college student. It is becoming finals time. She is stressed beyond stressed. I may actually give her a couple so that she can give them to her friends. But there's, you know, if you've got a coworker that's not having a good couple of weeks, or your husband's not doing well and just needs a little cheering up, these are perfect little cards to just remind somebody, hey, you have a friend or a loved one that cares about you and wants to see you succeed to the best of your ability. As you can see, once you get going, they come together super quickly. And I'm leaving the camera zoomed out because sometimes there's things that I do when it's zoomed in that I forget that you need to be able to see. So hopefully, when I'm editing, this will show me if it's any closer or if I need to do any adjustments. Because this is the first time I've used this camera, so bear with me. Get off my finger, thank you. But as you can see, it just goes together very, very quickly. I have a little galvanized trash can that sits by my desk, but I'm not just throwing things on the floor. I did that the first couple of videos till I got smart. I would finish shooting the video and then go, ugh, look at the floor. And I'm typically a very neat and organized person because I cannot work in chaos. But yet I worked in an emergency room for, oh dear God, how many years did I? Actively in the emergency room, I worked for 17 years. But I worked healthcare for 25. And yet I say I cannot do chaos. I can't do chaos in my personal space. I can't do chaos at home. Heaven forbid, my husband hates travel days if we go anywhere. Once he gets me where we're going, it's fine, but that travel day, if something goes wrong, I don't handle it well. I don't get mean, I just get stressed. And see, that's where I could see if I was traveling alone, my family would hide this in my carry-on bag, this particular card, to remind me, it's okay, you'll get where you're going, just chill, you know. And honestly, it's once I get to the gate, it's getting through and getting to the gate that just totally sends me over the edge. I don't like feeling like cattle. I don't like, I understand the need for precaution. I understand the need for security. but I don't like feeling like I'm wasting somebody's time. And so I've had airlines that unfortunately you end up feeling that way once you get to the gate. And I just went off on a whole tangent. I apologize. But anyway, I can see where my family would slip one of these in my carry-on and just go, it's okay, you'll get there soon and then you can enjoy yourself and you'll have fun. Yay! Okay, so there we go. There's that kit right there. Oh my goodness, I was folding the cards and getting ready to set them aside and realized, hey, you forgot a step. So let me show you the step that I forgot so that you don't forget the step. The white dots. Yes, it's a great card. It's a lovely card. I want to add some dots. So, oh, you can't see. Okay, let's do it that way so you can see. Where do I want to? Right there. So what I'm doing is I just have a straight edge craft knife that I'm barely sticking under the blade. Just very gently sticking the blade under the adhesive. And then I'm putting my finger on the actual dot, not the blade. This method works great for myself. Please be careful doing this because you can cut yourself very, very easily. I have cut myself and not realized it and looked down and was bleeding. So just be, oops, see, sometimes it doesn't grab. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I have just very gently under the blade, or under the adhesive, put the blade under the adhesive, and it just pops right out. I feel like I have more control this way. I have better placement, I believe. Now they're complete. Now they're happy little cards. There we go. So now I will clear the decks and get ready for card number 2. I'm back. The only setup that I've done differently is I went ahead and did the adhesive off camera for this set. We're going to adhere part of it, stop, do some stamping, and then adhere the next part of it. So you're going to need your green. Let's try that again. Other side. There we go. That's a good one. And we're just bedding up the edges. I dropped it, so I was double checking. I was just sitting there thinking I might need to put my readers back on. And then I dropped it. Let's try and do this one better. Much better. Okay. We're doing the assembly part on this because we need to know our parameters of where to do the stamping. Because there's some stamping that's going to be off under, kind of like what we did before. So I need to know where to start my stamping. Oh, really? I did one too short. I always do that at least once. And had I not already had adhesive on it, I could have saved it, but I had adhesive on it. Okay, I'm back. I just cut it real fast. And where's my adhesive? There it is. There we go. Much better. So then the next one's going to be pink, little pink stripes. And this is all just going to go dunk, 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 lined right up with each other. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to just do it this way. Grab my shimmer trim. And about it right next to it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to double check my edges. That looks great. Are you crooked? Nope, okay. Let's keep going. Did I do that on the right side? Yeah, I did, okay. Had a momentary panic there for a second. I'm just going to keep going with the little stripes. I guess there's one thing about filming this the first time and having it fail is I know the mistakes that I made the first time that I was going to have to edit out. And I'm not making them this time, other than that one bad cut. And I do that every time I play. It does not matter if it's a card. It doesn't matter if it's a scrapbook. I always end up making one bad cut. I'm going to trim that little hair piece off. These are Cutter Bee scissors. They're non-stick. I have close to my heart scissors, but these are my spares. And since I was growing tired of hopping back and forth and grabbing supplies, I now have supplies on my desk, in the crop room, in the filming station, which I'm sitting at the filming station right now, of the very basic stuff that I need. So like my ruler, my washi trimmer, a pen, my scissors. I need to add a pencil. Scissors, washi tape, pen, craft knife, ruler. You know, just the. And I keep an adhesive over here. I keep a Tombow at all times. And if I'm about to work, I'll add some refills. The only thing I don't have a duplicate of, and I probably could, well I have a duplicate, but I've got to put away. I've got a smaller trimmer that I use when I travel. But I think it'd be a bit much to have two trimmers in the same room, just one on either side of the room. That's a bit much. So I will still continue to put my trimmer wherever I need it. So I know this seems like it's taking forever at the moment, but it will save us a lot of time on the other end. I've been watching I also have a decorative planner that I use, and there is a sticker maker that I have fallen in love with her stickers. Her sticker shop is called Sweet Kawaii Design, and she's at sweetkawaiidesign.com. Her stickers are magic. I don't know what she uses to make them, but when she does her plan with me videos, which is, yes, how I ended up with scrap with me videos, because I was watching her videos one night and went, oh my god, I can do that. She's totally my inspiration for it. Her style of video making is so soothing. I understand that she's putting stickers in a planner, and I understand that, you know, some people would like, okay, why are you doing decorative planning? And for me, it's a way of scrapbooking. My planners, I actually use my planners in scrapbooking a lot when I'm back referencing dates. Okay, when did we do this and when did we do that? And so my planner actually gets used a lot. And if it's pretty, I'm probably going to use it more often. So I make it as pretty as possible. But in the process of watching her videos, they're just so soothing. I love her voice. Her name is Tasia Royer, and she's with Sweet Kawaii Designs. And if you're on Etsy, her Etsy shop is Sweet Kawaii Designs. And no, I'm not getting paid. She has no idea I'm even talking about her. But she is the huge inspiration as to why I started doing videos. Because I was sitting there watching Plan With Me videos, and I was like, well, I'm going to learn how to do this, and I'm going to do that. And it dawned on me that I found myself ordering her sticker kits, and then going back and watching the video on how she used that sticker kit. And I went, like, well, why can't I do this in scrapbooking? You know. So I do. Okay, so the next step, we will be needing we'll be needing that. So there's the blossom. There's the willow. You watch, I'm going to stick my hand in that smoothie ink pad. Here's my... So what we're doing, get that out of the way, is that little leaf right there, okay? I'm going to use this as my guideline. This is our mat that we haven't done yet. I'm going to use this as my guideline. And I'm just kind of random stamping. Okay. So then the next one, they want smoothie. And I am going to do a little bit of second generation on this. They want it to be a little bit darker. And then they want another one kind of over here by itself. So like this, let me show you. So kind of like that. And then what I'm going to do is take one of these that I've already got my adhesive on the back. Okay. Kind of there. And I want to do some, okay, I want to do some second generation. So this kind of there, and then there, because I want it to be a little fuller. The example is not quite as full. And then we're going to take a dot and put it right there. Well, do we need a dot? I don't think it needs a dot. I'm putting the dot back. I think the dot would be too much. So no dots on this one. If you would like a dot, put a dot. I'm not going to put a dot. So there's that. So let's keep stamping. Oh, I bet you I could do... Ooh, I bet I could do that. Okay, I'm going to try that. So, take you just as your reference point. I'm going to move my There we go. Okay. So now we can move you. We're going to do, not you, you. Not you. Where's it at? This one. Okay. Take a little bit of the ink off. Okay. Then I'm going to put this down. It'll make sense in a minute. I'm just kind of random stamping. Okay, so then I'm gonna, where's my other one? You. There, okay. Because my other one looked a little bit naked. And the reason I'm not stamping with the white on here just yet is I don't want to make a mistake and drop my stamp on the sentiment. If I drop my stamp on the gray one, it's still okay. I can cover it up. I can, if I have to, take it apart and do it again. It's not a catastrophe. If I was to drop my stamp on the white one, I would cry. I'll be honest. So that's why I'm not matting these and then putting it down and using it as my template. so you can see kind of what I'm doing. Just a wee bit of random stamping. As you can tell, I'm not really paying much attention to where I'm putting things. I'm just kind of stamping. And if it looks good to me, it looks good to me. Because I guarantee you, whoever I send this card to is not going to look at it and go, oh, it would have looked so much better with only 2 leaves. They're going to look at it and go, it was handmade. How precious is that? And they're going to enjoy it because it was handmade. So that's my thought process. Is the person I'm going to give this card to going to appreciate the fact that it is handmade? If they are, then we are toasty. If they don't, then I tried. But frankly, if they don't, I'm going to get off that tangent. Because I would hope that whoever I send this card to would appreciate the sentiment in which it is given. So, we'll put one more leaf. Oopsie. Hello, let's put our sentiment down. Now, if you don't like the random stamping, don't put the random stamping. It's totally up to you. You can, I mean, it looks, you could do it this way. You could do it this way. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can do this card, and I think I just, no, I didn't. So many different ways that you could do this card that does not involve random stamping on this one. If you're not comfortable with it, or if you don't like the look of it. That's what's so nice about making your own cards, is you can do what you want with it. You're not stuck with an artist's interpretation of what they want the card to look like, and you just spent $5 on it, but it's not exactly what you want. With a handmade card, you can make exactly what you want. You can make it say exactly what you want. If you know, you may like the design of this card and not like the sentiment. Change the sentiment. You know, it's totally up to you. That's one reason why I love this company that I work for. Love close to my heart. Is that you have options. There are no scrapbooking police. There's no card making police. And there you go. And just like that, we have a completed card kit in Nothing Flat. You have 6 cards of 2 designs that came together very, very, very quickly, and I'm amazed. I don't have ink all over me. I have just a little bit of ink on me, but not like I normally do. I had fun with this one, but I definitely did not have Attack of the Ink Pads today. Till next time, bye bye.